Well, good afternoon, y'all. I'm not in my home. I'm here at a hotel in Atlanta, and I am at the Maxwell Leadership Center, learning and growing. I love personal growth and development. And earlier today, I posted something about being intentional about placing myself in environments that are conducive to growth. And this is definitely outside of my comfort zone. I'm surrounded by people who are much further down the path than I am, much older too. I'm one of the youngest in the class, but being intentional about placing myself in an environment to grow and to develop. And I'll ask you the same thing in the direction that you're wanting to grow in. Are you being intentional about growing yourself? Because growth doesn't just happen. It doesn't happen automatically. It's something we have to be intentional about, and it doesn't happen in a day. It happens daily with our daily habits. And I was thinking about this as I was walking into my hotel room. There's a big oak tree out there, and it had a couple acorns on the ground there. And if I were to pick up one of those acorns and I was to bring it into my hotel room here, and I said, you know what, this acorn, I want to put it in an environment that's safe. It's secure. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's predictable, and I'm going to put it up in that cabinet up there, and I'm going to kind of hide it where nothing's going to happen to it, right? Nobody's going to mess with it. This thing's not going to get cracked or anything, right? Placed it in an environment that's safe, secure, and it's predictable. Nothing's going to happen to that acorn. Nothing bad's going to happen. But it's also never going to reach its potential, what God created it to be, which is to be an oak tree. Right? If that acorn sits on that counter and just sits there, it's never going to change. But if I take that acorn and I put it in an environment that's conducive to its growth, then it becomes this mighty oak tree, right? And think about that. Think about the environment that has to be placed in. I have to go outside and I got to dig up some dirt and put it on the dirt so it's dirty and it's kind of nasty. It's damp. It's it's battling the weather. You got the sun beating down on it. I'm here in Atlanta, and I'm sure it's like Mississippi where it's hot and humid, right? So it's battling all the elements. You got animals you got squirrels trying to come get it and save up for the winter, right? And it's got all these elements to it. There's nothing safe and secure about it. It's a struggle, right? Well, it's the same thing for us. A lot of times we try to get comfortable. We hear all the time that, growth happens outside of our comfort zone. But how many of us are really living that, right? We know that we have to get outside of our comfort zone. We have to stretch. And I think we all know that on an intellectual level. But how many of us are actually applying that? And being intentional about applying that. And earlier today in the post I shared on Facebook, I wrote a couple of, I think 5 or 6. I wrote them down right here. I think there's about 6 ways to put yourself in an environment of growth. And the first one is, in that environment, there are other people that are ahead of me. Right? If I walk into a room and I'm the smartest person in that room, that's a bad room, but if I'm the smartest and most talented person in that room, then I'm in the wrong room. If my circle of friends, if I'm the most skilled and highly developed of my friends, I need to find some more friends that are going to stretch me and cause me to grow. That's the whole reason I was in that room today. In that room today were all these CEOs and even superintendents of large school districts in our nation. And I felt like I did not belong. That's where my mind went. What are you doing here, little short guy? You don't belong here with these guys, these girls. But I do belong there. And I'm intentionally placing myself in that position to stretch and to grow. Number 2, I'm being challenged, right? Am I being challenged? And something from that one of the guys said today in this training, and they were talking about accountability and friendship, and it really struck me. And he said that he's talking about accountability partner, but you can say it also as a friend. He said accountability partners or friends do not allow other friends to give shallow answers. Think about that. I know as leaders, there's a lot of times that we have people that just tell us what we want to hear and that don't stand up and step up and to challenge us. So are we in an environment where others are ahead of us, but we're also being challenged, right? Number 3, my focus is forward, not looking back and holding on to the past. I think we have a tendency in 2 ways. We hold on to the failures of our past, and that causes us to have fear moving forward. Maybe they're anchors and they're holding us down. But also maybe we're holding on to the successes of the past, right? Maybe we're holding on to those. Instead of holding on to the past, take care of the present, which will compound into the future successes, right? So having that focus forward, not living in the past. Number 4, whatever this is. Number 4, I'm excited. I'm waking up excited about what I'm doing. I'm passionate about it. You can always tell when somebody's got passion. Nobody wants to be around somebody that's got a fuddy-duddy look on their face, right? Cheer up. And when you have passion, I'm telling you, passion moves this world. There's 2 things that's going to happen. There's 2 things that are going to happen when you have passion. People are going to they're either going to get caught up in your wake, and they're going to join you, and they're going to be motivated and excited about what you are doing and what you're passionate about, or they're going to get the heck out of the way and call you crazy, which is okay too, right? So you're either going to make an impact on people, or some people are just going to not understand you and call you crazy, and you be okay with that. But living life as a fuddy-duddy and no passion, that's just a boring life, right? The next one is failure isn't an enemy. I can tell you, if you're in an environment where failure is the end, and that just kills creativity. In an environment that's conducive to growth, failure is not seen as an enemy, but it's seen as a stepping stone. So you want to fail often, fail fast, but fail forward. What are you learning from those failures? It's not a mistake, but it's a lesson to be learned. So what are you doing with those failures? And the last one is others are growing too. So in an environment that's conducive to growth, there are other people around me who are growing as well. So if you're a leader of an organization, are you creating an environment that's conducive to growth? If you're not in a leadership position, you're part of a team, is that environment you're currently in, is it conducive to your growth? If not, find somewhere. Find another group of friends, find another place to work that's going to allow you to grow in the area that you want to grow in and really help you develop into the potential that you have. The potential that you have. Every single one of us have been gifted with unique gifts, talents, and abilities. And a lot of times, we have this gift, and a lot of people never open it, right? Have this gift, and it's just like getting a big old Christmas gift, and you're just leaving it in the corner year-round. You never open it up. I'll leave you guys with one last quote. I don't even know who said it. I don't have any notes or anything like that, but it's just stuck off in here somewhere. For those that know me, you know I like quotes. But most people, everybody's born an original, but most people die as a copy. I want to encourage you to find an area, find a group of people, find an environment that's conducive to your growth. If you can't find it, then you create it. Hope you guys have a great day, and God bless. Thank you, guys.